Well, Ian, 2-2 draw this afternoon, a tale very much of two different halves, but what's your assessment?
Absolutely diabolical start, wasn't it? It's bad enough letting the goal in after we scored the other evening, but I mean, to start a game like that with one ball through and their centre forward takes 2 touches and scores, absolutely horrific. I think I got it wrong. I think I played almost the same team for 3 games in a row. Don't think I should do that. I think I should have changed it, and the substitutions at half time made a huge difference, being fresh and legs, and the second half was a totally different story. Absolutely outstanding. Got at them, hurt them, caused them all sorts of problems.
Just looking at the first half, was there anything positive that you could take? I noticed throughout the first half that you changed to a 3 at the back, and that seemed to solidify things a little bit in defence.
Yeah, it's not our defence, it's the whole team. You know, we needed to start with a mindset that we ended the game with a really positive, defending aggressively, winning your duels, doing that, getting there. But, you know, the pitch is slightly bigger than normal. I think we got our first line wrong. We were too high. Their bloke outrun Ryan, but he shouldn't have also outrun Will. So, and Miguel should have been round. So I don't understand. I'll have to look at it back. But that knocked the stuffing out of us. It lifted them. They're a good team. They played it quite well, and then they go and get a second. So, you know, normally we could have folded. We didn't see that. We then, when we changed shape, we got on top of it. Their back 4 was nothing like their previous back 4, so I don't know why that was, but it wasn't the team that we prepared to play. But never mind, what you got to do is keep going, and the changes, when you make them, you want them to do it, and they worked, you know. And it's really important that, you know, we're not the best at keeping the ball out of our net, but we're 4th best at scoring. So there's always a chance. We always have a chance, providing we give ourselves a chance by defending with everything that we've got, and then looking and playing and giving the ball to the people that we needed to. And all I said at half time was give it to Dan and give it to Botan. And when we did that, we looked sensational, and that's what it's about sometimes. But, you know, I'm really pleased. Fantastic character. But we wanted to win, and we didn't get one. So it could have been a lot worse. It wasn't. But as I say, we got to start with a mentality of making sure we don't, you know, and if you get in front, make sure that you hold on to it. And it's been that ever since I've been here. The mentality of it, it's getting gradually better. But that cost us today. We didn't start the right way.
We didn't start the first half in particularly great fashion, but we definitely started the second half in fantastic fashion with 2 quick goals, both from substitutes. Yeah, and the freshness of it, maybe I should have started them. But the game is of 90 minutes plus, and whatever game that we're having these days, we'll be in it by the end. Whoever we're playing, I think, will be still in it with a chance if we can do things together, you know. And that's that, really. I don't really want to go into it. I think, you know, we had a spell, they had a spell. If it was a boxing match, they were better for a while. Then we got total control after a while. We managed to, before half time, but we didn't hurt them at the back there. So that's what I was moaning about. And this is it. This is, you know, we're still a sort of fledgling group, but, you know, all I ask is the people who come off the bench to make a difference. And they did brilliantly today, so absolutely outstanding. I wouldn't have wanted to mark them, particularly, you know, and Botan's not even eating at the moment, so I'm delighted for him. What a joy that was to see him in this level beat people and run at people and cause them all sorts of trouble. So delighted for Danny, delighted for Joe again. Joe on the spot, he don't miss. Just disappointed that we've only got a draw, really, I have to say that. But they're a good team. They're used to winning here. And they didn't today. We managed to come back. Just want to talk about Botan Amin, 18 years old. He's been a catalyst in involvement in first team games already. You've shown a hell of a lot of faith in such a talented young player. Was that everything that fans should expect to see from a player like Botan?
a kid that age, you don't expect to see it. It's a joy when you do. And let's face it, without Aaron Drennan being out, it gives him an opportunity to play. But I've liked him ever since I've been here. I think he's the way he drifts, he floats with it. I think he'll be one hell of a player by the end of his career, providing he learns and he listens and he works hard. And we get him the ball. You know, he's going to be one of these ones that we need to pass him to, and he can do things with it. And they're a joy to watch, absolute joy. And when you can penetrate people, when you can get in behind people, you'll cause problems. And without Aaron, we can't always do that. And he's definitely thrown his hat in the ring to be picked, hasn't he, with that performance. So, yeah, well done to the boy. Thought he's handled everything brilliantly. And obviously, at the minute, he's fasting, so he can only, because of his religion, he can only eat at a certain time and drink at a certain time. So I'll be very pleased when it gets dark, so we know that he's all right, you know. So, but there you go. Absolutely delighted to have him in our midst. And really, really impressed with what he's done at a first team level against a team that's really good. So, there we go.
I know you're extremely passionate. I know you're having a conversation with the players after the game. You're in the changing room for quite a while. What's the message after the game, after getting a point this afternoon?
Yeah, that's personal between me and them. That's our journey. And it's more about what I see day in, day out, who I have at home, who inspires me day in, day out. My wife, Kim, is absolutely the best person I've ever seen in my life. And I sometimes share that when I get over emotional. And it all ended in a funny way here. Because they didn't get what they wanted, the fans behind them, so I give them some. They gave us some terrible stuff at half time, so should I respond? Maybe I shouldn't, but I can't change who I am. So I was very emotional going in there, you know, at the end of the game, because it's squeaky bum time now, and we're nowhere near where we want to be, but we're not far away from it. So these last 10 games from now on in are absolutely vital. I think you could see that with Grant's substitutions. He's had a much more consistent season than we have, but you know, we're trying to gallop forward. We stayed by the racecourse, funnily enough. That's why I use gallop. We're trying to gallop forward towards a line that we'd have died to get near when I first came here, but you know, sometimes it seems a lot longer away than it is. But there's an awful lot water that's going to go under the bridge by the end of the season. So you never know what could happen. But when you can make 3 changes at half time and change a game completely on its head like we did, then you can never say never, can you? That's the great thing.
And props to over 500 Swindon Town supporters that travelled and supported the team this afternoon as well.
Yeah, I hope they're very, very proud. They didn't get on at us when we were behind. It is what it is. I'm delighted to see them, you know, and I'm sure they go away again really pleased with their team at times, and not quite as pleased as they want to be at other times. But it is what it is. This division is a wonderful thing, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. And again, I would have paid to watch that game. I'm glad I haven't got to, but I would have paid to watch that game. I thought that was two teams trying to win, and there's 4 goals in it. I prefer it be all 4 for us, but it wasn't. So, and we didn't deserve that. Give them credit. But I was very pleased with an awful lot more of it than I would have been if things wouldn't have changed. You know, if we'd have lost 2-0 or maybe even 3-0 or maybe even 4-0, a bit like Colchester, then it could have gone that way. But we didn't go behind because of that. It was just, we didn't set about it in the right way. Do you know what I mean? So that's a learning curve for every single one of them, you know. And what I like about them at the minute, if we're not getting what we want, they don't like it. They do something about it, and that's what I'm asking for, you know, because that's what life does. It tricks you and throws you a curveball, and then when you think you've cracked it, it'll hit you again. You got disappointment to deal with. So we're not showing that. We're keeping going. So, you know, let's take that as a positive and keep going. See where it ends.